Does your butt itch?
No, this is yours.
Maybe.
Confucius says, "Man who sleeps with itchy ass wakes up with smelly finger." Got nothing?
I got nothing. We're pressed for time. This is a special episode. Let's start the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Geeks That Live, where we bring you everything from horror, comic books, and of course, the Geekverse. I am one of your hosts, Mark the Freakin' Rican Williams, joined by...
Let me tell you something, brother. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and eat a healthy dose of coconut. Coconut. And how do you spell coconut, guys? Capital K, lowercase o, capital K, lowercase o, hyphen, capital K, lowercase n, lowercase u, capital T, exclamation point. Coconut. WrestleMania review episode.
You guys so pumped that it's like, episode.
What's up, guys? What's going on? So, WrestleMania just ended. We did not schedule this. This is an impromptu special episode that we're recording just for you guys because, you know, wrestling fans, just got back into it myself. Not me, see? Just got back into it. So decided to watch it. Decided we did already, what did we did the Royal Rumble review.
Yes.
And then we did, what was the other review we did? We did two of them, right?
We did the Rumble. What was the last pay-per-view that we did? That we the Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. So we're keeping this train rolling. I guess every time there's a pay-per-view, or you know what, maybe a pay-per-view of substance.
That's worth it, yeah.
We'll review it. All right. Now we're just sticking right now just with WWE. We know there's AEW, we know there's New Japan, we know there's Ring of Honor, we know there's all of that. ECW? No?
No.
God, I miss ECW.
So do I.
Oh, I miss ECW so much. But we're just sticking right now just for WWE. If you guys want us to branch out and talk about the other feds, then drop us a line and let us know. Now, where can you drop us a line? I'm going to do this in the beginning of the show, and I'm going to do this at the end of the show. Reach us at geekstatlift@gmail.com. Also, reach us at all of the social media platforms. You can reach us at geekstatlift. Also, first and foremost, YouTube, the Beefmaster Network channel. Go on there, check it out. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that motherfucking bell, and that's all we got. All right, so we got WrestleMania.
Let's run right
two-night
into it.
event.
Two-night event.
Because of this whole pandemic. That's the first and last I'm saying about that.
That's it.
But they've done everything indoors, so it was obviously an unprecedented event.
Yeah.
They've never done anything like this.
Especially at the Performance Center. It was
fucking weird.
It was very weird.
Fucking weird. The last
weird.
few episodes of Raw and SmackDown, they did it just in the Performance Center.
Yep, everything was in the
And it
Performance
is
Center.
strange. The first time I fucking watched an indoor like a program, you know, post this whole thing while this is going on, like it was just weird. Like I couldn't engage. I couldn't get into it.
Do you feel? I feel that it suffers without the fan reaction. Without having the fans there, it's I again applaud the athletes. I mean, they're still working to give us entertainment. Applaud it because you kind of escape from everything that's going on, in that. But it is weird not having that audience participation when the music hits and the people get up and pop and cheer or they boo the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like, it just felt weird. Like I didn't know, man.
It was strange, and you can tell too that it's growing pains, trial and error. So you can see that when the first Raw and SmackDown that they did without an audience, they didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
They were trying to they were still trying to play to like a crowd, an invisible crowd. And you know, there was that thing where they were taking their breaks between the commercial breaks.
Yeah.
They just stopped the action. But you can tell that they learned quick because I'm not gonna lie, you know, I went in very pessimistic with WrestleMania, with all it being at the Performance Center, all of it was going to be pre-taped, like all of it. But I think they knocked that out of the park with what they were given and what the resources that they had. I think they put on a pretty good show.
I agree.
Okay.
With you. But again, my only hiccup with the whole thing is just not having the crowd participation of it. Okay. That was it. I just think, I mean, like I said, the athletes still gave you 100%.
Yeah.
They didn't really get lazy.
No.
They knew they had to work still.
Yep.
They all did. All the matches were, if there was supposed to be a good match, you got a good fucking match.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, from when they first started doing this without the audience in there, they would have maybe one or two interviews, and then they would few old matches.
Yeah.
From like one of the other pay-per-views or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was growing pains. Now they know how to carry the
Now
show.
they know what
the
they got to
athletes
do.
know what to do, how to work a crowd strictly for TV.
Yeah.
Not an audience to get that immediate reaction.
Now they got to get their acting chops fucking honed.
Yes.
Now they're actors.
Yes.
Now they're actors. I mean, they still suck as actors, but
because again, when you have an audience, you can get an instant
right
heat.
away.
Tell people to shut up or just ignore them. And you get instant heat. You don't have that.
Yep.
So to keep us engaged,
and they got to be on it. They got to be on it on fucking number 10 the whole time.
Yes.
Sometimes, depending on how the crowd is, you can probably you can scale back a little bit, whatever, depending on how excited they are, or if there's a lull in the crowd, then you got to fucking amp it up. They got to amp it up 100% of the match.
Whole time.
Crazy. All right, so like I said, not a lot of time. This is going to be a short episode, but we're going to cover practically every match that they had. It was a 2-night event. The first official match, because we're not going to talk about the kickoff shows or the matches that they had on that, because
I don't care about the kickoff.
Those are the scrubs,
Sorry.
man.
Yeah.
Those are the scrubs. Natalia was in the fucking,
I know.
Although she had a match against Liv Morgan.
Yes.
So Liv Morgan's kind of like an up and comer, kind of. I mean, she's
but she
kind
was
of
on the kickoff show though.
She was on the kickoff show, but you know what? I see Liv Morgan as like a carbon copy Mandy Rose.
Really?
That's me.
Okay.
Because sometimes they even kind of look alike.
They do look alike. What I see,
Mandy Rose is hot.
What I see them doing with Liv Morgan, I see them taking her the way of Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
Like trying to build that type of
Alexa Bliss.
Who doesn't love them?
I
Alexa
just want to
Bliss.
put her in my pocket and do
ass and
things to
everything,
her
huh?
In my pocket. In my pocket. Well, she's got the ass that Charlotte Flair doesn't have.
There you go.
And we'll talk about that later. But yeah, first match of the night, official match of the night was a women's tag team. It was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors, which is what? Kairi Sane
and Asuka.
Asuka. We talked about it before, where I think I think WWE dropped the ball with Asuka.
Oh, 100%.
Big time.
Big time.
It just I don't know, man. I'm not feeling like the whole for me, I think they made them into a tag team out of convenience. 2 Asian personalities, racist much, and put them together, call them the fucking Kabuki Warriors. Fucking Kairi Singh, I mean, even though she's a good wrestler, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like her. Not that I don't like her, but I'm like, eh.
Wasn't her gimmick in NXT like an Asian pirate?
She's a pirate.
Yeah, that's her whole
She's a
gimmick.
pirate. She went with a fucking with a ship steering wheel.
Yeah.
And then she had the fucking pirate thing. Did she come out with a fucking pot of gold too?
I can't remember that, dude. Damn.
Or some shit. Not a pot of gold, but a trunk of gold or whatever. I don't know. But what? Asian pirates?
That's crazy.
You know what? I was going to do an Asian pirate impression. Not doing it.
We won't do that.
Not going to get racist this early in the episode.
Okay.
So
we'll save it for later.
So Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, that's a weird fucking tag team, but I guess they've been together for a little while now.
Yeah, they've been pushing it for a while now. Yeah.
Wasn't Alexa Bliss like super like hurt for a while?
She was injured, and that's why they had her doing that moment of bliss, her talk thing.
Yeah.
Then she healed up, she got cleared to wrestle, and then they stuck her with Nikki Cross.
Okay. Which Nikki Cross has got this gimmick where she's like fucking crazy and she was part of is it Insanity or Sanity in NXT?
Sanity, I think it was called Sanity.
Yeah, with
Eric Young.
Eric Young.
I forgot the other guy's name. The other 2 guys. Those are the 2 guys in there.
They all look like the Wyatt family rejects.
Yes.
Basically.
Wyatt family lights.
But, it was a pretty good match. It was okay. You know what? The one thing I got to say about it, watching the whole pay-per-view as a whole, is that I think the women wrestlers are right up there with the guy wrestlers now.
Oh, 100%.
In terms of like performance, in terms of fucking stamina, in terms of fucking engagement, in terms of just entertainment factor. they're up there. They're up
Yes.
there. Some of them are even better than some of the fucking guys, some of the scrubs on here.
The only thing I still don't get, and I said it before on another podcast, I think they pulled the trigger on the tag team championships too soon.
The women's tag team?
Because there's not enough women to carry that division
You're
like
right.
that. That's why the Kabuki Warriors had the titles for so fucking long.
Mhm.
There weren't enough women to challenge them.
Yeah.
After a while, they just started throwing females together. Go wrestle.
Yeah.
Here, you two, go wrestle.
Yeah.
Go wrestle. You know what I mean? But again, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross have it. It's good because it's people that can get over with the crowd more.
Yeah.
You know, because Kabuki Warriors didn't catch on with the crowd.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Asuka had one phrase she said in English was easy peasy.
Yeah.
She loved saying that shit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the only English she knew,
Yeah.
but
That's ridiculous.
that's all she ever said. But yeah, good match. I love Nikki. Nikki Cross is the one wrestler, male and female, that I think to this day sticks in her gimmick 100% of the time.
Oh, yeah?
Because I remember seeing her in a live NXT event here.
Mhm.
And when they were announcing the other wrestler, the lights were off. Everybody's focused on the other wrestler. And she was still in her gimmick, fucking with the ref, like trying to grab the ref. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She stayed in her gimmick the whole time.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Nice. So they ended up winning
Yes.
the match. That's it.
That's-
Next match was Elias versus King Corbin. Okay. Elias, I liked his gimmick in NXT. He's I think physical specimen.
He's
the dude
jacked.
is fucking jacked.
Yes.
Pretty good wrestler. I think he's like in the mid-level,
Mhm.
mid-level in terms of talent-wise. Didn't he get a push a little while back?
He was
where
getting
fought
a
John
huge
Cena or whatever.
push. He was getting, because he had two really good matches.
Okay.
He had a good match with John Cena.
Yeah.
And then Christmas night or Christmas Eve, he had an awesome match with Roman Reigns, which I didn't think Roman can have such a good match.
Yeah.
It was a good, like almost, there were so many near calls in that match that I was like, the whole match, I'm like,
Yeah.
this match is fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened
Something happened.
that it kind of just fell, it got cold. But he's still over with the crowd.
He is. He
'Cause
is.
every time he says, what does WWE stand for? Everybody's
Yeah.
like, walk
with Elias.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and King Corbin, I kind of.
I'm so tired of, yeah, I'm
tired of fucking
tired of King
Baron
Corbin.
Corbin. I don't know. It's because I don't know if it's because I don't think maybe he's just doing a really good job of being that heel because I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't like. He's one of those people too that he has that fucking face, that fucking male resting bitch face that you could just tell that he looks so unapproachable that when you walk up to him and be like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" He'll be like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
you fucking asshole."
But that's the way he is. That's the way he was in real life.
That is how he was
What
in
was
real life.
that one documentary show on
The one where they follow all the NXT wrestlers.
yes. He was a dick there.
He was. You know, but other people that we know that know him are like, he's like the nicest guy ever. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he did it for the camera, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He just seems like, but Elias ended up winning. So he had his WrestleMania moment there. Next match was Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. All right. So we already talked about Shayna Baszler and how they're trying to make her into like a female Brock Lesnar, and it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. She's doing the whole, I was an MMA fighter. I'm tough as nails. I'm fucking everybody up. Basically, I didn't think that there could be anybody uglier than fucking Brock Lesnar. Shayna Baszler is uglier than Brock Lesnar. That's crazy. That is crazy. And then she fought against the man, Becky Lynch. Now, is Becky Lynch still doing the whole man gimmick?
Yeah, she's still doing the
Okay.
She comes up, pulls up in a fucking semi truck.
That shit was cool.
It was.
like, and that's one of the things about WrestleMania, that it's a big spectacle and they have like a big thing, and you know, and the wrestlers have like the huge costumes and the huge entrances. And I was wondering how they were going to do that, if they were going to incorporate any of the big entrances,
And they did.
in it, and they did with that big rig.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch. I was like, what a fucking ego boost.
Oh fuck.
I would love to fucking drive a fucking semi with my face on
it.
Come on. You see me driving it? You pulled it aside, there's my face. Or either way.
Now,
But
this match, I liked.
did you?
And you want to know why? Because there was no crowd. So I wasn't expecting Shayna Baszler can't get a reaction from the crowd.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
we
only
talked
thing
about
I was focusing on was the match itself.
Yeah.
And the match itself was pretty decent.
Mhm.
Although you could tell she blew up a couple times during the match.
Mhm.
She
Yep.
blew up. There were times when she was tired as a motherfucker. You could tell.
Yep.
You can fucking tell.
Yep.
But Becky carried the match. Becky did what she was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the champion and you're the go-to person, she carried that match. I'm sorry. If there are Shayna Baszler fans out there, Becky Lynch carried that match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what I think Becky Lynch is getting? She's getting a little boost from that Monday Night Messiah splooge.
Yeah.
She's getting some of that.
She's getting blessed by the Monday Night Messiah.
Some of that holy juice. Some of that holy juice. Ooh. But yeah, Becky Lynch, you know what? Becky Lynch, ever since she came on, she's been a fucking powerhouse. She's been impressive. She hasn't had a bad match yet.
Nope.
And it wasn't till they let her, you know, work her own personality in, and then she started with the fucking egocentric, I'm the man, I'm the shit, that she's fucking taken off. So she'll be around for years.
Yep.
Years to come. But yeah, she ended up winning that match. Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. Don't give her no more titles. I think after the abysmal reaction she drew on Raw and at the Elimination Chamber, I'm like, we can't give her the fucking title.
Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Now, the next match, I'm going to let you talk about because I don't like this wrestler. We had Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, love me some Daniel Bryan. Although I think I kind of had enough of him already.
Yeah.
He had his comeback already. He did his title belt, which was all wood, you know, because he's a fucking hippie. And nothing against hippies, but you know what? Everything against hippies, fucking tree huggers. But Sami Zayn, I talked about it before. We just talked about it before we started recording. I don't like Sami Zayn. And it's not that I don't like him because of his gimmick or whatever, and because because he's a heel and that's what he's trying to do. I don't like him because I don't know. He doesn't have a fucking gimmick.
Nothing he does is credible.
It's you know, he came out this fucking match. This match is WrestleMania. He came out looking like a hobo. Sammy Hobo. Like it was just bad. He had that fucking Jew fro going, and nothing against Jews, but he had the Jew fro going, and he had the little mustache. He looked like the way Daniel Bryan was trying to look back in his tree hugging days.
His tree hugging days.
And I don't know, was he wearing like fucking green pants?
He was trying to look like if he was like a fucking a Cuban refugee from back in the day, like Castro's people and shit like that. Cuban? Because that's how they dressed, with the hat and everything. You don't see the posters and the pictures.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't he trying to be like Che Guevara?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. He wasn't Cuban.
No, but I'm saying the people who dress like that. If you look at that,
Viva la revolución. And I'm Hispanic. I fucked that up totally.
But again, his gimmick is just not. I don't know what to latch on to. I can't latch on to anything that he's doing.
Gimmick. I didn't know. You know, he came out with the fucking golfer's hat and or whatever the fuck his fucking theme song is, and you know, like a dancing leprechaun. And I thought at first that's what it was. I thought he was like supposed to be like a dancing leprechaun, like you know, maybe a slightly bigger hornswoggle or something. But yeah, I don't. And I think what Sami Zayn suffers from, in my eyes, is that he's trying to be a little too much like Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens basically has his personality. Basically, his gimmick is his personality.
Yeah, 100%.
He's fucking funny as shit. When he's tough and he's mean and he's being a heel, he could play that to the fucking 10th degree and he gets over with fans.
Yes.
Whether as a heel or a face. And it's because of his personality. Sami Zayn has no personality.
Nope.
And you can see like when they were together, when they were both heels together, you could tell that he was like the old cartoon with the fucking bulldog and then the little yappy dog. What are we doing? That's who Sami Zayn is.
100%.
To me, anyway. So, yeah, but Sami Zayn ended up winning that match.
Yeah, but that match fell flat anyway. That was like a filler match for me, I think.
Yeah.
It fell flat. I wasn't into it at all.
Yeah. Well, good. The less said about that match, the better.
Yeah.
Then the next match, we're like almost like halfway through night one.
Yes.
We had the triple threat match, which was supposed to be for the tag team championships. Was it the Raw or the SmackDown? The SmackDown, right? SmackDown tag team championships. The tag team champions at the time were John Morrison and The Miz. And it was supposed to be versus Jimmy and Jey Uso and The New Day, which was going to be Kofi Kingston and Big E. Yeah. For something happened, obviously with the pandemic and everything, The Miz was like, well, The Miz, I don't know if he was sick.
The Miz was sick.
The Miz was sick, so he had to drop out, and they had to change some things around. So instead of it being 3 tag teams in a triple threat match, it was one of each of the tag teams against each other, and it was John Morrison versus Jimmy Uso versus Kofi Kingston. This match I liked.
This match had like when you said that they had to be on the whole time. This match was on the whole fucking time.
Yes. In terms of athleticism and in terms of wrestling and high spots and shit like that, this was for me, match of the night.
Yes. Especially when John Morrison did that fucking walk. Grabbed Kofi and did the flip. Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen, John Morrison, I don't understand why fucking WWE let him go to begin with. Back in the day, this dude is the most natural fucking athlete I've ever seen in anything. In anything. He has the physique, he has the athleticism, he has the drive. This dude, and I mean, he debuted what? Back on Tough Enough. Was it Tough Enough 1 or 2?
He auditioned for Tough Enough 2. Didn't get on Tough Enough 2, but got on Tough Enough 3.
Was it?
Because it was
I
Tough
thought
Enough.
he auditioned for Tough Enough 1 and didn't make it one.
I think it was Tough Enough 2 he auditioned for, but when they asked him, can you do the Spinaroonie? He's like, what's the Spinaroonie? And they're like, oh, you want to be in this business, but you don't watch our programming?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but then he came on the third season.
But listen, I love me some John Morrison.
Yes.
And then when he was going through the whole thing where he was Eric Bischoff's fucking lackey,
yes.
and he was going through like, he was Johnny Nitro, he was Johnny all this, and then finally he came out with John Morrison, which is like a cool like send up. It was like an updated Jim Morrison vibe.
Yes.
And his entrance with the fucking slow
motion
and the pyro and everything. And this dude just does all sorts of shit. Basically, you know what? He's so underrated, like Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
He's basically a white Kofi Kingston. You know, for all you racists out there. You guys have a Kofi. John Morrison.
You have a Kofi.
But this was an awesome match. I even like the way it ended too. With all three of them holding on, ripping the fucking the thing down.
John Morrison fell.
And then John Morrison falls and he has the two belts. Good match. Next match after that was a wrestler we were just talking about, Kevin Owens versus the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins.
Now, to get a little bit, am I the only one who's getting tired of Seth Rollins already? Like, are you? Like, really? I mean,
I'm not.
I feel his heel, no matter what he does, it's like this heel, Seth Rollins, I don't see a difference from the old heel, Seth Rollins. Like, there's no difference.
But I mean, saying that though, is that any different than from anybody who gets who turns heel?
But if, the first
anybody who flip flops from face to heel, every time they turn heel, it's the same shit.
But if you give yourself a moniker of I'm the Monday Night Messiah, you should be a little bit more over the top. Okay, just look at.
We want to walk on water. You want to get crucified?
Look at CM Punk when CM Punk
water to wine.
Wait a minute, when CM Punk turned heel.
Yeah.
Originally.
Yeah.
Right. He was a normal heel. When he created the Straight Edge Society, he took that up.
Yeah.
10 notches.
But
he was like, I'm going to kick it up.
That was his own personality.
Exactly.
Because he's straight edge.
Yeah, but then he just got he took it up a level. Yeah. So again, even though he was heel, he knew when to kick up that heel factor. And he's like, okay, I can't be the same regular heel I was because now I'm supposed to be this leader of this like cult type group. So I had to kick this up. Yeah. And he did, which made it even more believable.
Now, did he become the leader of Nexus after the Straight Edge Society or before?
Before.
Okay.
Before.
Huh. Enough about CM Punk. There was a thing going on that fucking they asked Vince McMahon if he wants CM Punk back. He was like, no, rather not.
Oh, shit.
He doesn't want to deal with him anymore. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So we will not be seeing CM Punk in WWE anytime soon.
Look for him in AEW.
Unless that's kind of a swerve there and secretly they are making some sort of fucking deal. But I love CM Punk. I love CM Punk. But Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, it was a good match. It was a good match. It was a good match. Kind of had a little swerve there. Seth Rollins trying to get that heat, ends up hitting Kevin Owens with the fucking ring bell, and he gets disqualified. Kevin Owens, because he's all about fighting, was like, fuck that. I want to restart the match. You need to beat me clean.
No disqualification.
Come on, no disqualification. He's like, oh, you want it? You want it? The one thing that makes me laugh, though, about this whole thing and not having a crowd is I find it very entertaining that now we hear them talking shit
to each other.
The shit that they talk. And some of the shit is so lame. Some of this shit is so lame. Like, I could come up with more shit, better shit than that. But yeah, Kevin Owens ended up winning. He won by disqualification the first time. No disqualification match. He ended up winning again.
Yep.
Cleanly. Then the next match, oh God.
It was a horrible match.
Oh God.
Wasn't long at all.
It was for the Raw Championship. It was the Universal Championship.
It was the Universal Championship.
Universal Championship. We had Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. Now, anybody who knows me knows that my favorite wrestler is Goldberg. Now, my favorite wrestler was Goldberg. I mean, it still kind of is Goldberg from back in the day. I mean, if you see over here, Kind of. See that? Kind of Goldberg tattoo. Yeah, I'm lame, but I don't care. But I love me some Goldberg. Now, the whole reason I love Goldberg is Goldberg, when he was in WCW, they did that whole undefeated streak. You know, he was a fucking unstoppable monster.
Yes.
Just all that shit. Plus, he was in direct competition with WWE at the time. So it was Stone Cold Goldberg. Always wanted to see that match. I don't think that match ever happened.
No, never happened.
Never will happen. But you know, then he was gone because he had that fucking bad run in WWE where he was there for a year.
Yeah,
and he had that awful match with fucking Brock Lesnar in Madison Square Garden,
where they were both leaving. Yeah,
where they were both leaving. Everybody knew it, so they were like, "Fuck you guys." But then he came back. Then he beat Brock Lesnar in like 90 seconds. So he still had that mystique. And then he left. But then he came back for the whole the Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, the what is it called again?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
It was overseas. And in the Middle East, I think. And then he comes back. Now he was supposed to fight Roman Reigns, and they were supposed to, I guess, the word on the street is that every time they bring him back, WWE brings him back, they got to back up the Brinks truck to fucking pay him because his deal is super duper expensive.
Yes.
As big of a Goldberg fan as I am, I hope this is the last we see of him in WWE.
Me too.
I think that was it. This fucking match, he did his spears. Braun Strowman got up. Braun Strowman did his fucking slams and then pinned him, and then it was over.
There wasn't much work in that match at all. At all. Which gives me dread because how was the match going to be with Roman Reigns? But Roman Reigns can have a decent match.
He can have a decent match.
Depending with the person he's with, of course.
Correct.
But I think in that sense, Roman Reigns would have sold a little bit more for Goldberg, eventually winning. Goldberg at his age can only do so much with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's a big, heavy dude.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to throw him around like he can throw somebody like Roman Reigns around.
But Goldberg is still in pretty good shape, man.
He's
just a little bit smaller than when he was in WCW days. But, I mean, he's got the gray beard, but that's about it. Aside from that. But yeah, Braun Strowman won. He's a new Universal Champion. WWE had to rewrite the whole story because we all know Roman Reigns had cancer. His immune system was fucking, what's the word?
Compromised.
I was going to say,
and because the Miz was sick,
that's why his immune system away from him.
That's why he pulled out.
Yeah,
the Miz being sick and everything.
So he was like, I don't know when I'm going to come back. I'd rather not do this. I'm uncomfortable. So they had to fucking rewrite everything. So now who knows what's going to happen with Braun Strowman as a fucking, as a champ. But at least the cool thing about it is that they keep the fucking championship belt in play.
Yeah.
So it's not like he won it and then he left.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got that. Then the pay-per-view ended. The first night of the pay-per-view ended with, this was the match of the night. This was the match of both nights. This is the one that the internet and everybody talked about. This was
it's like I was watching a mini movie.
It was basically a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Undertaker talking his shit. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, son, you wanted this.
Yeah,
What's my wife's name now?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was cool because the whole time that they were doing the build up to this match, Undertaker was Undertaker.
Yeah.
Like it was so Undertaker gong and all that shit and all that other bullshit. And when he was coming,
you heard the motorcycle.
I was like, oh, it's American Badass. It's the American Badass. And comes in, like at first, like they kind of threw us off because they had the hearse pull up with the Druids coming out and the fucking coffin. They opened up the coffin, AJ Styles looking like a soccer mom. That haircut, man. He's got to do something with that fucking hair. But then he shows up. Then you hear the motorcycle. Then Undertaker shows up. God damn, man, that was a good match. It was very entertaining. It was very cinematic.
Yes,
it was like the stunts and everything. Even the fucking punches. They even threw the sound effects in there, like a douche, gotcha, and a koosh. Like it was a mini movie.
And the again, AJ Styles had Undertaker in the pit. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, oh, maybe Undertaker's going to lose this one.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be his last ride, his last match. He's done. Next thing you know, the white light shows up, and Undertaker shows up behind AJ Styles.
He shows up behind him. I was like, all right.
Then they kicked it up even more because now it's the American Badass mixed with the Undertaker.
Yeah, stuff. It was a mashup. It was a mashup. American Badass, Undertaker. It was so good.
So fucking good.
It was so good.
I think that just set the bar too high for the second night because they ended it with that, and I'm like, okay. That was, for me, the match of that night. Let's see what comes tomorrow.
Yeah.
How can you guys top that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and again, anything that happens with The Undertaker, you know, it's going to be the main event of whatever show
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being the main event and the last match.
Normally, the Undertaker's match at WrestleMania is like the
main event.
the main event, the one that people are always talking about.
Yes.
And this was no different.
No different.
So that's how they ended night one. Then we got last night, Sunday, they had night two. They started off, they did the kickoff show. Stephanie McMahon was like, hey, night two. And then they kicked it off with Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
I know you're a Charlotte Flair fanatic. You love you some Charlotte Flair.
I love me some Charlotte Flair.
I don't think Charlotte Flair should have won that.
Oh, what?
I think Rhea Ripley should have won that match.
No.
Yes.
No.
What does it do for the NXT title giving it to Charlotte?
Charlotte has bragging rights that she has held all the gold.
She had the NXT title before already.
Did she?
Yeah, before she came up to the main roster, she held the NXT title.
But she only held it once.
I think so.
So now she can claim that she's held all the titles multiple times. There we go. She eventually they're going to work in an angle where she's going to eclipse Ric Flair. In terms of championships, in terms of everything, longevity, everything. So I you know what? Rhea Ripley, listen, I love me some Rhea Ripley. You know I love me some Rhea Ripley. I would go up there and say that she's my new favorite female wrestler right now. But it's too early. Too early
really?
To have her defeat the Queen.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good match. Now, the one thing that everybody keeps talking about this fucking match, holy fucking shit, how much screaming was going on in this match? Jesus Christ, between both of them. Like, what the fuck, man? But you know what? What this match showed me though was that they knew how to play to the cameras this time.
Yes.
And they weren't worried about that there was no crowd and there was no audience. This time they were performing for the camera and for the people at home. And you could tell. And that right there, that match, again, from the announcers to the camera people to the referees to the actual wrestlers themselves, even the entrances.
Yeah.
You can tell everything. I was like, all right, after watching this match, I was like, if they continue doing this, if this is what's going to be the status quo from now on, I can dig it. I can watch it.
Yeah. The one thing I do say with all of this talent getting this opportunity, even though it is a difficult time, the opportunity to perform like this is only going to make them better when the crowds start coming back.
Agreed.
Because, like you're saying, with the over of even in all the other matches, like with Seth Rollins' match too, the over okay, you don't have the crowd to help you sell, so you really have to sell this shit. Like you're in the most excruciating pain you've ever been in your life.
Yep.
And when Kevin Owens did the arm drop, right to Seth Rollins made himself sound like he got the wind knocked out of him. He didn't, because he was still moving perfectly fine. Exactly. Because when you get the wind knocked out of you, you can't fucking move.
You can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Right. Awful. But I mean, both of them, Charlotte Flair with her fucking flat ass. That's all I could look. I was like, damn, she has no ass.
No ass.
And then Rhea Ripley with her ass.
Yeah.
It was a good match. It was a really good match. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of near pinfalls. It was good. And then, eventually, obviously, Charlotte Flair got the best of her when she did her fucking figure four with the bridge.
Yep.
Like, she bridged, though.
She always does.
She bent.
Yeah.
Like, almost like an upside down U, like a horseshoe.
That's why she calls it the figure eight.
I'll give her the figure 69. No, 69 is not comfortable. Not comfortable at all. Next match after that, we had this. We're not going to talk about hardly at all. We had Aleister Black, which is another one of my favorite wrestlers, but like you said, the WWE just doesn't know what to do with him.
Don't know what to do with him.
And it pisses me off because Aleister Black is like, to me, with the gimmick that he has, is Undertaker light.
Yes.
Undertaker light.
It's
from his entrance where he comes up like a fucking vampire. Everything. He has the tattoos. Yes. He has the gimmick, the costumes, everything.
When he talks, everything is made. Like I said, it's not hard. You're almost there. Just pull the trigger on it.
Yes.
Like Bobby Lashley.
I don't want to talk about Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley has one emotion.
That's it. And he's got like no eyebrows, so it's weird. That's the emotion that Bobby Lashley
That's
has.
Bobby Lashley right
That's
there.
Bobby Lashley right there.
I'm glad that they took off his fucking that headband. That fucking
stupid
headband that he was always wearing.
He started in Impact, and it was really over in Impact. A lot of the fans would wear that shit. It's stupid.
Stupid. But yeah, Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Aleister Black worked his shit. Bobby Lashley tried to work his shit. The one thing I can say about Bobby Lashley, that dude is an impressive physical specimen.
He's jacked.
He is fucking jacked.
He's always been like, he's jacked.
Man, he has your butt chest times 2. Like, blah, blah. But yeah, Aleister Black won. Why did Aleister Black win? Because Bobby Lashley comes down with Lana, which I didn't even know this whole fucking storyline.
You didn't know about the whole storyline?
With
that
her
they're married and stuff?
Dumping Rusev, her marrying Bobby Lashley, and now she walks down with him. Now she's all brunette because he's a black guy. That's what I'm guessing. She went from blonde to brunette. And yeah. So he was gonna give Aleister Black some move. She was like, no, do this instead. He was like, all right, love you, babe. And then fucking Aleister Black just fucking spin kicks him in the face and then pins him. All right, that's it. On to the next match.
The good thing about Aleister Black, they're not burying him.
Good.
They have intentions to work with him, because if they didn't know what to do with him and they just didn't want to, they'd bury him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So they're keeping him in the win column. But like you said, and like we said, they have to pull the trigger on doing something with him.
He's got the whole fucking Satan worshiper fucking thing going.
Yes.
His name is Aleister Black. He gave himself the name of Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley is one of the biggest Satanists in America. And his name is Aleister Black. Do it. Jesus Christ. All right, we got The Undertaker back to American Badass. All right, make this guy the next Undertaker. Like they tried to do with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt got his own thing now with The Fiend, which we'll talk about later. But Aleister Black, they need to do something. Then make a fucking Dark Order or some shit. Like the way The Undertaker, what was The Undertaker's fucking shit when he had that whole fucking group? Yeah, them.
Yeah, I know. I forgot the name of them.
Where they were crucifying Stephanie and all that other shit.
And
then they had the acolytes and
you know what?
And all that other shit.
If they don't want to pull the trigger, okay, fine. Borrow something from Hollywood. Turn him into a character like fucking Al Pacino and fucking Devil's Advocate. Make him like that. Make him come out in a suit where you know he's evil, because he'll still come out with the same thing. But you got to do something with him.
He's gonna have to do something with his hair though. And
leave that shit there. Leave it.
I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Next match. Real quick, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. They had this whole fucking storyline with Otis falling in love with fucking Mandy Rose, and they were supposed to go out for Valentine's Day, and then Dolph Ziggler and what's Mandy Rose's Sonya Deville conspired to fuck him over, and then Dolph Ziggler was fucking Mandy Rose. You know he was fucking her. They didn't say it, but he was fucking her. And then broke Otis's heart. Then Otis was like, I'm going to kill you. And then it's a WrestleMania match.
Yes.
They had their match. Otis ended up winning. Mandy Rose came in, ran some interference.
Slapped the shit out of
Sonya Deville. Fucking kicked or fucking punched fucking Dolph Ziggler in the dick. And then Otis got the win. Then he got a kiss from Mandy Rose. And that's it.
Now, to talk about this match, are they trying to introduce a new character? The person who brought out to light all the shit?
That's what I was trying to.
For the longest time, they've been showing that circle in a lot of the promos. This has been going on for almost a little bit more than a month.
You know what it was? Remember back in the day. I think it was during the Ruthless Aggression, the Attitude Era, that they had was it WWE TV or
yes.
What the fuck that shit was, where you could see wrestlers would get caught doing fucking shady shit, and there was like a fucking hidden camera somewhere. Now the one thing that I'm gonna say is that whoever this person is, it's a female.
Okay.
It's a female, because after looking at the promo package before this was going on, and they showed like the flashbacks and everything, and they did a recap of everything. When the hooded figure went and did put their hand down to press a button or whatever to show a video, it was a female hand. So I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to debut a new female wrestler or what, or it's somebody who's already out there.
It could be somebody who's already out there, or it could be a new wrestler, because I know there's been talks. It could be just fan news. But I guess there's been talks with AJ Lee and WWE.
All right.
So.
All right. Because you know what? They bring AJ Lee back, then maybe AJ Lee, maybe he'll blow Vince or something, and they'll bring CM Punk back. I want CM Punk back. Period. I want CM Punk back. So next match we had Edge making his comeback match against Randy Orton. It was a last man standing match.
There was some hard hits in that fucking match.
There was some very hard hits.
Some fucking.
Now, is it me, or we talked a little bit about it before we started recording, but you said the match went a little too long.
I
agree with that.
Yes.
I agree that the match went a little too long. Also, I don't know why. I watching the match, the longer it went on, I just had this feeling like, you guys don't need to be doing this. Like, not that there has-beens, but kind of like, you guys already had your time.
Yeah.
You guys already had your shit. Stop. Like, it was an entertaining match. Yeah, I like that they went through the performance center and they started fucking each other up. But we've seen Randy Orton shtick really hasn't changed his gimmick.
Nope.
From Evolution days to now, he hasn't changed his gimmick at all. You know, he's trying to be a face. It hasn't worked out. He works well as a heel.
Yep.
You know, Edge, grit, coming back, all that stuff, double neck surgery, all that shit. I get it. But there was just some spots where you can tell that they were both being a little careful.
Oh yeah.
With each other. They were like, they weren't going for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like a hungry young fucking performer.
Well, because you got to remember, Randy Orton's had a numerous amount of injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. People don't think they haven't been really career-ending injuries, but he's had a couple of injuries. And Edge coming back from 2 neck surgeries, the first one they told him, you're done. You can't wrestle anymore, you know? And then he had the second one where he started feeling better and stuff like that. So, but again, they weren't going to just go caution to the wind on that one. They no.
Well, so
still a very hard-hitting match.
It was a good match. Edge won. You know, he had that fucking conflict where he didn't know if he was going to give him the concerto at the end or not, and he did, and he started crying in his head, and whatever. Edge won. Now, is Edge back now?
I don't know for how long. I think he probably just might have done for a year. I don't know.
Which is
because
fine.
I'm assuming they wanted this to be the big match at WrestleMania, which you got a match, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a showstopper. It wasn't match of the night.
Exactly. So I think he might want to probably stick around for maybe one more year.
It was kind of like a nostalgia thing. Yeah, and, that's fine. Maybe now him and fucking Randy Orton will tag now.
Probably,
because that'll be the only way that Randy Orton is going to get any fucking play. So we'll see. The next match after that was Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Street Profits won. That's it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't like the gimmick. I don't like the tag team. I don't like any of that. I guess Austin Theory got his fucking jump and got called up to perform at WrestleMania because Andrade Almas is he sick too?
I guess so.
So he had to drop off. So that was one of the things that they had to that WWE had to scramble. Okay, Street Profits, you need a new fucking gimmick. Stop it. Stop being fucking stereotypical racists. The honkies don't like it. Stop it.
Actually, the honkies love it. We don't like it. We don't like it.
We don't love it. Stop it. The next match after that, we had the 5-way for the women's title. It was Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks versus Naomi versus Nia Jax. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Tamina. What in the fuck? We talked about it beforehand. Tamina.
She's like,
Jesus Christ, man.
When she first started with the Usos, she was in such good shape.
She was in really good shape.
Yeah, now.
She was in really good shape.
And we're not fat shaming. Don't give us no bullshit.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
No.
We're not fat shaming. We're just saying you need to lose
a couple pounds.
I understand.
And then the outfits they put her in don't help any.
Yeah. What was it? You know what she came out and you know what it reminded me of? Remember when D'Lo Brown was fat for a while?
Yes.
And he came out in this fucking catcher's thing. The umpire's fucking that's what she was wearing. I think she borrowed it from D'Lo Brown.
Hey, while shaking her head, could you lend me that?
Yeah. But you know, and WWE every once in a while they try to push her, they try to throw her a bone. They make her out to be like this big fucking unstoppable force. And they did it in this match too, where it took like what, all 4 of the fucking.
But she can't work, dude. She can hardly fucking move.
That's because she's so big.
Big, but still, fuck.
Listen,
Nia Jax is big,
the daughter of Jimmy
Nia Jax
Superfly Snuka. She is no Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
No, she's not.
Sorry, and that's not going to happen. So that's fine. So now she's trying to be Nia Jax, and you know that's fine. And I mean, what
They just need to bring back Nia Jax already.
bring back Nia Jax, make them a tag team. You know what? I'll offer my services as their valet, as Coco Nut. See, it'll go into the whole Samoan
Because you
thing.
want to be all up in that nut. That's what it is.
I don't want to be in any of that nut.
No, you want all up in that nut. Anyone out there who knows Coconut, okay, knows that you're going to look at them and say, okay, who can I wrestle tonight? And you're going to want to see if they can, if you can fuck them up or can they slam you?
And if I had a choice, it would be Nia Jax, because Tamina just looks too.
Tamina, like she'll rape you.
Mannish.
She'll rape you.
Who?
Tamina, she'll rape your
Tamina will
ass.
fuck me up.
She'll grab you by the throat. This dick is mine.
This is it. This dick is mine. She'll fuck me with her dick. But this was a good match. You know, I was saying I didn't know.
That was okay match.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, okay match.
Listen, to me, the one standout of this match was Lacey Evans.
I agree.
Lacey Evans is the one female wrestler that I knew absolutely nothing about. I'm not real big on her gimmick, the whole pinup gimmick, but this she can fucking wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
She throws the high spots. I forgot what was the one she you know what? She outshined your girl, Naomi. I think I outshined her. Yes. Naomi has that fucking that flip off the top rope with her legs spread and but fucking this chick did the jump off from the second rope to the third rope and turn and the fucking moonsault. Come on. And she's got that fucking devastating right hand fucking punch. Yeah, I like her. And to me, she was the standout of the fucking match. And she was the one that ended up losing, right? She was
the last one.
Her and Bailey. And of course, there was some, interference by Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Disqualification. So all that shit. But I'm not digging Bailey's gimmick right now.
I don't know. I don't like the hair.
I don't like the
haircut.
haircut. I don't like the attitude. She needs to go back to being a hugger. And that's it. She's a great wrestler.
Yeah, she can wrestle.
Technically, she's fucking awesome. Sasha Banks, same thing.
I don't buy her as a heel.
I don't buy her as a heel either.
Her
she's too nice. She's too nice.
Her promos, you could tell she's trying.
You can tell she's forcing it.
Yeah.
That's it. She's forcing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like you and I could look at somebody and be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Her, she'd be like, screw you. I'm the best.
Well, why do you make her sound like that? She's got a speech impediment.
Maybe.
I don't think she does.
So that was an okay match. Bailey ended up winning.
Yeah.
And then we get into the what the fuck match of the night. It was the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena versus The Fiend. Okay, so where the Boneyard match was an actual match and there was some wrestling, there was a lot of wrestling in that. This fucking match couldn't even be qualified as a match because there was no wrestling.
It was like a time warp of. You know what I felt like? When I finished watching this movie, it threw me back to Pulp Fiction.
You just said it's a movie, see?
Okay, well, when I finished watching this, it threw me back to Pulp Fiction, where that one scene when they threw the heart, the syringe in the heart.
Yes.
And the chick's like, that's trippy. That's what I felt watching this.
That was fucking trippy. And you know what? I dug it. I 100% dug it. I think that this match and the Boneyard match were heavily what's the word I'm looking for? Benefited
from not having
a crowd.
Yeah.
The fact that they were able to do the Boneyard match, which I found out took 8 hours to fucking film, by the way, and they were able to do this Firefly Funhouse match. They would, if it was a normal WrestleMania, we would have never seen these.
No.
And they wouldn't have been as outstanding as they were. Again, match of the night is the Boneyard match of the whole pay-per-view. But in terms of entertainment value, the Firefly Funhouse match for me entertained the living fuck out of me.
Now, it entertained me because of Bray Wyatt. I've always been a fan of Bray Wyatt's work on the mic, in the ring.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal person on the mic. John Cena seemed like he was just a supporting actor there.
Well, yeah.
Because again, he cannot act.
Correct.
For shit.
Correct.
So John Cena did what he did best, and he played John Cena.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
That was it. With the whole ruthless aggression, and he kept smacking him.
I liked it.
But I'm like, dude, you look like a child swinging at an older brother. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. The thing that I liked about it, and you know what? This kind of actually warmed me up to John Cena a little bit, was this match. The fact that the whole match was poking fun of it at him and deconstructing his whole fucking career.
Yeah.
From his debut with Kurt Angle, ruthless aggression, to now.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Again, we talked about it too. I didn't understand the whole NWO angle with Eric Bischoff and all that, but I dug it.
Yeah.
I dug the whole thing. Bray Wyatt, this dude keeps fucking like reinventing himself. And, you know, he went from fucking Husky Harris in NXT, Nexus. To The Fiend. I'm digging it. When he came out as Bray Wyatt, with the Wyatt family and all that, I touted him as the next like Undertaker character.
That's what they were taking him. Remember that for a while they called him, what was he, the new king of fear or something?
Yeah,
he had like a little moniker like that.
Yep.
So I thought that's what they're going to pull the trigger and make him go. That's why when he had the match with The Undertaker, I thought he was going to win.
Yep.
But he didn't. But again.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But entertainment-wise, for me, I was the most entertained with that.
Okay.
I don't know. It was cool. Like you got to see all of John Cena's different gimmicks, Dr. Thugonomics, just all that, and even some gimmicks that he never even did.
Yeah,
and it was cool. I liked it. That like I said, it warmed me up to John Cena. Hopefully he'll take another fucking hiatus and go make some more fucking or ruin more movies.
Go hard.
Like he's gonna ruin the next Fast and Furious movie,
fuck up
which
some
is
more
not gonna come out
franchises.
till next year.
Well, we're saved then.
Then last match of the night, which shouldn't have been the last match of the night, Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar.
It goes back to the two big guys not having the crowd to work. The match has to be because again, when you have the live crowd, you can use that suspense, work slow.
Yeah.
You know, Brock Lesnar have been very methodical, just walking. You don't have the crowd, so you can't drag that match out. And that's the same thing that happened with Braun and Goldberg happened here.
Yeah,
it had to be intense but short.
It was super short.
Yep.
It was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be.
All they pretty much did was hit each other with their moves.
I knew that Drew McIntyre was going to get the belt.
Yeah.
You know, it was just obviously the whole story, the buildup. Never had a championship when he was part of 3-man band.
Yeah.
And then he got fired, and then he was in the Indies for a few years. He traveled around the world, came back bigger.
Yep.
Holy fuck. And he just fermented his fucking beard and his hair. I understand. But you knew he was going to get the belt.
Yeah.
What I didn't think it was going to be fucking what's his big boot name?
Oh,
it's not Landmine. It's some shit. But you know, him giving fucking Brock Lesnar a bunch of boots, Brock Lesnar doing a bunch of suplexes, boot, suplex, boot, suplex, boot, suplex,
F5.
Boot, dead. That's it. Like that match lasted what, 5, 8, 10 minutes maybe?
Maybe.
It did not last long. And it was not, it wasn't the match, the show-stopping end of the night final main event match that it should have been.
And again, I get it. You're right, but it couldn't be. They couldn't have dragged that match on.
I get it.
We get it. Again, it's the times. And as I said, they had to keep it short and simple.
Yeah.
You know, if there had been a crowd, if there had been at an arena, like a regular WrestleMania, that match would have gone on another 10 minutes.
Yeah. You know what? I think they would have benefited it. There he goes. From doing that championship match before Firefly Funhouse and then ended the pay-per-view with the Firefly Funhouse. Right? That's just the way they ended the Boneyard match for night 1.
Yes.
And then if they should have ended it with but then they would have had to give Bray Wyatt a big push. They would have ended it with him saying, let me in, and then whoop, done. That would have been cool. But whatever. It is what it is. So that's what we got. What was your final analysis rating for the pay-per-view as a whole?
As a whole, I give it, believe it or not, it's going to be shocking, I give it an A-.
Okay.
A-, I'm going to give it. Because there was some good, considering with all the restrictions they had, they still pulled off a really good pay-per-view.
Yeah, all right.
Pulled off a good fucking pay-per-view.
I agree with you.
There we go. So
I agree
A-.
So
give us your thoughts, people. What do you think?
Let us know. Now, as usual, you can let us know at geeksatlift@gmail.com. Also, catch us on the social medias, all the platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We're on Instagram right now. We're on Facebook right now. You can check us out. Also on Facebook, as usual, we've been doing, with all this thing going on, we've been doing the live broadcast of we've been live broadcasting our recordings. So if you want to check it out, look it up on my personal Facebook, where it's Eugene Bofill. That's B-O-F as in Frank, I-L-L. Or you can look him up, Mark Williams. Don't look on the Coco Nut or the Freaking Rican.
You ain't gonna find it.
You won't find it. Also, go on YouTube as usual. You can find all of our old episodes, all of our current episodes, and shit we're going to be coming out with. Now, the only way you're going to get that is if you can subscribe. God damn it. Never fucking fails. Subscribe. And if you're watching the video now, like, comment, share, hit that bell. Let us know what you think of us and all this. So that's it. That's all we got. So for the Geeks That Lift WrestleMania edition, I am Coconut, followed by
The Freaking Rican.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.